Hello, welcome to the last attempt out of I think 10 to try to get this video done in a nice updatey way that does not bore too much. So, it's been a long time. This is the author page of Jared Garrett and Jerry Ironspear. We both live, as does my romance pen name of JG Nathan. So, I've been quiet for a while, and it's because there's just been a lot going on. We just graduated our sixth child, right? And we had two kids in still high school, and the performances, the choirs, the concerts, the everything, the awards, the evenings of senior awards and honors and stuff. It's been just so, there was so much through the very end of May. But at the same time, our college kids doing the same thing and also helping them through things. And our adopted daughter is actually getting married later this year, which is great. She's asked me to participate in a few ways that I was not expecting to, but that's okay. I'm excited to help out. And we're very glad that she's getting married. But add to all that the personal health goals that I'm finally making real progress on. I've got more muscle and less fat on me than I've had in a very long time. And I've got still a long way to go, but I'm excited about that. And I'm happy to be making progress. Real progress on that finally for the first time in a very long time. So that's good. And there's more sleep. I'm sleeping a lot more than I have in potentially 15 years. It's great. Okay. And then there's also big, huge home projects. We are just about done with our front yard project, which has been a multi-year process, which I don't need to get into, but it's been a lot and it's been backbreaking for the last 4 or 5 months. There's been a lot of work to do and it's just been never ending. But I've had several items on my to-do list for years related to the front yard, and I'm crossing them off at a pretty blistering pace now. And it's like there's new breathing space in my brain, and I love that. So writing has kind of had to take a bit of a back seat lately for that stuff. And I don't have regrets on that. At the same time, it's really high time for me to buckle down because I had a lot of things. I have a to-do list for 2026. I'm just going to zoom through it. You can slow me down if you want to. My first one was to write 3 more romance books and publish them by mid-year. Well, mid-year is 2 weeks away. I haven't even finished drafting the first one. I'm not going to get that done. I am going to write a second romance book and get it published by the end of the year. But something else has to happen. So I've got to finish the first romance book. The goal is finish it, drafting it by the end of next week. These drafts are very clean because I do a lot of editing going back as I kind of find my way through. Because I outline, but I also discovery write. It's the most effective and productive and speedy, but also enjoyable creative process for me for creating these books. So that's fun. And it's a really good one. Actually, this is a really textured, really good one with characters that I'm enjoying kind of digging into and opening up and letting them take their story in ways that I wasn't quite expecting, which has been great. But once that's done, I need to focus on this religious narrative nonfiction project I've been talking about for a little while. There may be some interest out there for this thing. So I really need to get it done, but I want to be able to focus entirely on it and have nothing else kind of pulling at me, including the writing business. So I'm not doing advertisements. I'm not even doing social media stuff hardly at all for my writing projects. I might start pretty soon, but we'll see. We'll see. I really got to focus on that romance thing and then the narrative nonfiction that's religious. And then I'll do another romance, and then I'll also make a plan for the rest of the year after that, after I get the narrative nonfiction done. Yeah, it's there's just been a lot, and it's been good. But at the same time, it's been exhausting, and now it's time to write words. You may have noticed, if you follow me elsewhere, you may have noticed I also started being more active on Substack. Sometimes I just got to write. Sometimes I just got to write opinions or just try to do some research and compile that research into helpful articles for people. So my Substack is just Jared's Extremely Reasonable. It's very simple. I'll try to put a link in it below here. Come find me, subscribe there. It's really, really good, kind of eclectic, which is who I am, but it's just extremely reasonable articles about kind of a wide variety of subjects. I'm a little iconoclastic. What can you do? Eclectic as well. It's good. I keep track of how many words I'm writing through the year. Right now, just as a heads up, I've written 81,000 words between outlining and drafting and Substack, and also the project I've been feeling very compelled for this last week to work on is to put a lot of hours and a lot of free writing and a lot of brainstorming and a lot of talking back and forth between me and some other folks that I really trust on my speaking. career. So just to kind of dive deep on this for just a second. You know that I escaped from a cult when I was 17. It was a real commune kibbutz cult that was also nomadic, right? It was bad. It was a terrible way to grow up. And I'm grateful for it. And I've forgiven the people who did it. Justice will be God's, and I trust him to have that justice. For me, it might be satisfying to see that justice in this life, but I have disconnected myself from the need for it, and it's very freeing. But it was a bad way to grow up. But if I just told that story, where would it end? Because it hasn't ended, right? I'm still alive. I'm still figuring out life, and I'm still going through life. And I've had a really good life since then, and really interesting, actually. And actually, it seems like it's a good story to figure out how to tell, how I went from cult kid who was miserable and in a shell to guy who's had the multitude of awesome experiences that I've had with my family, with my wife, with our kids, between all the things that you may be aware of. So I've been trying to figure out, well, in my speaking that I want to do, I want to be able to go out and tell stories about my life growing up in the cult and the insights that I gained from it. But I want people to have things they can apply to their own lives, that they can use to advance their own lives and thrive and flourish in their own ways and in their own creative pursuits. So I kind of had that just kind of boring a hole in me. You really don't know your message yet. You don't know your message yet. Well, as of this week, I've been putting a ton of time on finally figuring out what that message is. And it's been great and revelatory, like divinely revelatory as well as personally revelatory. It's been very helpful, and I'm quite excited about it. And it turns out I've been kind of zen in a lot of ways, and the message is going to feel a little zen, actually. Very meditative, very self-reflective, and very internally transformative. So I'm super excited about that. I'm excited that I'm going to be able to build a cult of personality. I'm joking, I'm not going to do that. That I'm going to be able to put something out in the world that people can just pick up and say, I think I can do this. Which it's great to have this done too. And it's great to be doing it because it's been chewing on me for so long, right? Anyway, thank you for following along. Thank you for watching this whole video. And thank you for being you. I hope you're, finding new, if not new, I hope you're just continuing to explore the passions that you have, the creative passions you have, the ways you want to make a difference in the world. We all have a very special amount of power and ability within us to brighten the world around us. And that often has to start with us as we find a way to open ourselves up more to the light and the grace that is from God. That is kind of an inheritance because we are of infinite and eternal worth. We're his children. So, just I hope you're continuing to pursue that. I hope you know that God loves you, and I hope you know that I love you, and that the people in your life love you as well. And you are making a difference simply by breathing, and all the great work you do is even more of a difference. You're awesome. You keep doing awesome things. I will continue to try to be as awesome as I can in becoming a truer person, not a newer person, a truer person. And we'll just kind of see how far we can get together, shall we, on this wonderful journey of life. And I will see you in the next video.